What is up? What is up, everybody? Woohoo! Getting everything started up here. Why is my name on this? Oh, nice. Alrighty. Let's get rolling, shall we? Boom. Awesome. So, today is a big announcement. We are going to switch up the way that we are doing these live formats. I've been thinking about this a lot as to how I can better involve the audience, involve people who are watching this, and be able to incorporate more more interaction viewers and just genuinely helping people, because that's the goal with all of this anyways, right? And I have made a decision for how it's going to run, and so I'm going to explain that today, and then we'll hop right into it. So essentially, what's going to change is that... Oh, hey Gail, how's it going? But what's going to change is that each week we are going to have a new book still, the self-improvement book. That's not going to change. But instead of a... Sorry, I'm pulling up my notes here just so I make sure I get all the points for you. So we make sure that we get all of everything. Sorry, so I make sure I get all of everything. Short version, basically, I am a habit engineer. And so what that means is that I'm going to run weekly experiments with habits based on the self-improvement books that I've read. And I'm going to go live every day at 6 p.m. just like I have been. That's not going to change. As a way both to keep me accountable to the habit experiments that I'm going to run and to keep you as the viewers accountable to habits that you are working on and want to set and are attempting to cement in your own life. So essentially, I'm going to read one book every week, and I'm going to give you my key takeaway, like the thing that from that self-improvement book I thought I needed to work on the most, that I really needed to improve on. And then I'm going to give you guys the habit that I am going to do to improve on that thing. And then from that, I'm going to teach you guys how you can adapt the habit to fit into your own life, make it be more accountable, or make it be more adaptable and applicable for your own lives. Teach you that framework of setting habits that actually stick, and then continuing to help you guys stay accountable to those habits as we are going along. Let's see. Oh, hey Mia. Oh, what's up, Andy? Good to see you, man. I'm just explaining kind of the little pivot that we're making here that we talked about yesterday. And so essentially what this is going to be is this is going to be us experimenting together in implementing habits together in a way that keeps us accountable to actually implementing them. So I'm just going to give you guys an example here. So last week, right, I read Never Split the Difference. Phenomenal book. There's a link in my Instagram bio if you guys want to go pick up a copy. I highly, highly recommend it. Super helpful for communications. Oh, thanks, Mia. You changed my life too. And so my key takeaway from Never Split the Difference was that despite years of me thinking that I was working on becoming a better listener and like actually improving my listening skills, which I did, but I read this book again and I realized they still suck. I'm still a terrible listener. And so that was the big thing that I was like, okay, shoot, I need to get this figured out. I need to work on this. I need to make sure that I am improving my listening skills. It's a dire need. And so within Never Split the Difference, there are a ton of different ways that you can become a better listener, different suggestions, tips, things to try. And so what I'm going to do as far as a habit is I am going to call one of my friends every day at 3 p.m. Probably either while I'm on a walk or laying in bed, one of the two places. I guess I should decide, huh? On a walk. I'm going to be on a walk. Just throw in my AirPods and call one of my friends that I haven't talked to in a while. And the entire goal of the conversation is going to be for me to listen. And for me to not really tell them how I'm doing or what the updates in my life are, but to really listen to them and listen to how they're doing and use some of the tips for active listening from Never Split the Difference in order to enhance my communication with them and help them to know that I care about them as a friend and that I am trying to genuinely see and understand the perspective that they're sharing with me. And so I'm going to, so when we set habits, there is a framework that we want to follow, and that framework has, Jared, I'm sorry, I don't know where Calbra is. My bad. Maybe he'll join eventually. Maybe he's scared. But so when we're setting habits, there's a couple different requirements that we want to give each habit in a format that's actually going to stick. And the first is that you got to make it super, super small and super, super simple. Or I guess those are the first two. And then you want to make it so small and simple that you feel 100% confident in your ability to stick with your habit no matter what. Who else we got joining here? Oh, Joe. Joe, how's it going? Dude, I haven't heard from you in forever. Hope you're doing well, man. Hunter, good to see you. I don't even know how to pronounce this person's name, but glad you're hopping on. And then you give your habit a specific what, when, and where. So, for example, if we're going to use my habit that I'm basing that I'm going to experiment with for the rest of this week with Never Split the Difference, my what is that I'm going to call and talk to one friend. So if I call people and they don't answer, I'm just going to keep calling other friends until I get one that picks up. So call and talk to one friend and just focus on listening and don't focus on telling them how I'm doing. Just focus on figuring out how they're doing and helping to and just trying to understand where they're currently at in life. And then the when is going to be at 3 p.m. and the where is going to be when I'm going on a walk out just around the block by my house. And so that's something that's like so specific that you can visualize that like you're watching a movie in your head, right? So, oh, no way. What's up, Omar? dude, I haven't seen you in forever either. I hope you're doing good. And so once you hit all of those different metrics for your habit, essentially what you do is you're really strengthening the neural connection between your habit and your habit actually getting done, right? So when you assign a specific action to a specific place and a specific time, when that time and place roll around, boom, it's going to have a much larger chance of triggering that action, or at least triggering your remembering of that action so you can implement it because you've given it that specificity, I think is, if it's not a word, we're making it a word. That specificity in order to increase the chances of you remembering it and then actually doing it because you said, oh shoot, I was going to do and I am going to do this thing at this time, right? So that's essentially all I've got for today is letting people know that we are changing the format of these live streams going forward, and it's going to be every day we get on, I'll briefly go over, okay, here's the key concept that I took away that I needed to improve from reading Never Split the Difference, and here's the habit that I'm going to implement. So if you guys, anyone who's on here, if this is something, if becoming a better listener like I'm going to work on is something that you also want to improve, drop a habit that you are going to make down there in the chat. So whether that's you want to implement the same habit that I am going to do, which is just calling one friend that I haven't talked to in a while and focusing on just listening to them rather than talking about how I'm doing. That's fine. I will happily join with you and keep you accountable in that. If you've got another one, just drop it that you want to do, drop it down there in the chat, and we'll be able to go through that and keep each other accountable. Obviously, we're starting about halfway through the week here at this point, which is fine. But I just wanted to make this switch because I think this is going to be really good, and it's going to be a lot more helpful for all of us, right? For me and for anyone else watching this video, to actually have an accountability buddy, right? Like, I am your accountability buddy. That's what it is. And these live streams are your accountability buddy events. So if you have a habit that you're trying to implement in order to give yourself positive change, be here and we'll keep you accountable. And you can keep me accountable too. So that's the purpose. Oh, what's up, Truman? Good to see you, bro. But yeah, so the short version, to recap, I am a habit engineer. And so I'm running weekly habit experiments based on top self-improvement books that I read each week. And then I'm going live daily to hold myself and you, the viewers, accountable to self-improvement that actually sticks in the form of the habit that we're trying to implement. And I'll share my successes and my setbacks in regards to those habits. So that way you can skip all of the mistakes that I made and not have to make those for yourself. And apply the same with others who are joining in on this, joining in the chat, and being able to just grow and be accountable together to actual change. So if you're tired of burning out and starting over, this is the place. If you're finally ready to have someone keep you accountable to the habits you're trying to set and create compound change, be here tomorrow and every day besides Sunday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, because this is the place. This is where it's going to be. Keep the change. keep changing. See ya.